Let's see. Capricorn, welcome to your reading. I hope you can hear me clearly. I hope that there's no static in your reading. You know what? Let me go ahead and check to see. I just want to make sure that there's no static. Okay, perfect. Um, Capricorn, I hope all is well with you. I'm going to take my time with your reading. I was guided to put these are your messages because um, those who are supposed to tap in and receive these messages will. If I put Capricorn, these are your love messages, the wrong people are going to show up because I'm not trying to attract the group of people who are looking to hear the same thing over and over again. Understand, Capricorn, some of the messages that come out may not resonate with you. Some messages may trigger you, and that's not the intention, Capricorn. I'm here to simply serve you, and I'm here to show up. I'm also being guided to take to start your reading how I started it when I took the assignment of um, being a spiritual guiding light. And that is simply, Most High, thank you so much for blessing me with the gift of intuition. As an intuitive reader, allow me to bring clarity, confirmation, understanding for the viewer. Thank you. Again, Capricorn, you may not resonate. And please, all I ask of you, Capricorn, is that you do not force any messages. Do not force any messages. Okay, hold on. If you hear me, I'm trying to trying to, I'm switching out my outlet for my charger for my phone. Hold on. Capricorn, let me get situated. Oh, so let me tell you how this is going to go, Capricorn. I'm going to do the first spread, and the first spread is regarding self. And then we will pull the outcome message. And then the second spread will be for my Capricorns in the collective that are, goodness, I'm getting choked up here. Just a moment. Let me drink some of my soda pop that I like to drink. Um, and then we will clear the second spread will be for my Capricorns that are in a relationship, and we will look at what the outcome is. Okay, and then understand this: outcome does not mean end all be all. Outcome means could be the current situation. Okay, energy shifts. Energy is fluid. Okay, it literally. So keep that in mind as well. The third spread will be in regards to uh, an ex, your ex. It's just the message is regarding an ex, and then we'll look at the outcome. All right. So that's how this session is going to go. Again, Capricorn, I will take my time with this reading. Um, so, yeah. So bear with me. Um, let's go ahead and get started. All right. Okay. And pertaining to self, what is the message for my Capricorns, my earth signs, in regards to self? You have positive thinking, unconditional love, wisdom, and freedom. I will pull this again regarding self because I don't want anyone to feel like, oh, SGL, she didn't shuffle. She kind of, I didn't do anything. One thing I don't do is I don't play cards. I don't play with them. This is not a game, okay? If you're looking for the reader that plays the game, going back in tarot land, and I hope you find the reader. But for the most part, I do have an open door policy, okay? I learn every day, okay? I just came back from Bible study and learned some things, all right? I am not perfect. I don't strive to be perfect. But what I do strive what I do strive for is to be able to show up when it comes to my gifts and being able to learn how to serve properly. Okay, even when I don't have the strength to do so, I ask God for the strength and I show up. Moving forward, Capricorn, you have positive thinking, unconditional love, wisdom, and freedom. All right, you don't have any restraints. Okay, if there's any type of restraints or blockages, it will be your own. It will be you. Okay, you will be the blockage. Your own self will be the restraint. Okay, because positive thinking, there is nothing going on in your life that's putting you in the position to be negative or act out negative. So it's more so your responsibility when it comes to being positive in the mind state, and also when it comes to action in the way of living and being. With this unconditional love, this is your acts of service. Okay, you need to reassess, Capricorn, of what you spend your time with, who you give your time with, who you're serving, because it looks like, I'm gonna be honest with you, Capricorn, with positive thinking and unconditional love and wisdom, with these two combinations, hugging unconditional love, it feels like you keep putting your own self on the back burner. So you're constantly making promises to yourself. It's kind of like you're holding something you're supposed to do for yourself. You keep putting it to the side. You'll get to it, you'll get to it, you'll get to it, you get to it. And it feels like, well, what I see here with freedom is nothing is holding you back. So the choices that you make to keep you occupied, it's because you want to. So whatever it is that you know that you need to do regarding self, get it done. Okay. I guess when you're ready to, with this freedom here, when it comes to taking action, like I said, there's no restraints, there is no blockages besides you. And yeah, do what you want to do. At the bottom of the deck, you have new beginning. Okay. So this is good. This is the ace, not an ace in a hole. This is ace. And it doesn't mean you're lying either. It just means that what you truly desire for yourself, you're not doing it. You're putting it to the side. You fill in the blank of what that is. Okay. Now, when it comes to this new opening, and I'll read this one in unconditional love. All right. You have the know-hows, you have the smarts, you are wise, whether you're young or older. You're mature for your age. Okay. Um, with the freedom and wisdom together, you're mature to a certain degree. You could still have a childlike energy, but for the most part, when it comes to decision making, you don't need anybody to make decisions for you. Okay. All right. So when it comes to new opening, it says, when one door closes, I am confident another one will open, and it will be for my betterment. I accept that life brings challenges and acknowledges the opportunity and learning they present to me. Serenity comes from within. Okay. And when it comes to unconditional love, it says, my heart is free from resentment towards others. I open the eyes of my heart and discover the light and beauty in every being. I am aware that suffering can cause distress and hurt in people. I see the pure child in everyone and practice forgiveness. So, what I'm going to tell you, Capricorn, is now is not the time to people please. Now is not the time to put yourself to the side to assist everyone else. You need to assist yourself. Okay. And if you're looking for some type of transparency, you're going to have to create that transparency for yourself in pertaining to acknowledging your growth and your own maturity. You're going to have to clap for yourself. You're going to have to cheer for yourself. You're going to have to encourage thyself. Okay. All right. Outcome for Capricorn in regards to self. Thank you for the like, my love. All right. What is the outcome message for Capricorn regarding self? There it is, the 10 of Wands. I love this. All right. All right. So you have option. You can keep lying to yourself and deceiving yourself with the 5 of Swords, or you can take control with this 10 of Wands and get over whatever burden or take care of whatever responsibilities, which will be hard work, but it will pay off. Okay. So, and for those of you who want to keep deceiving yourself, lying to yourself, if you want to continue to be an ego, and I say this from a good place, the 5 of Swords is right here. So I'm going to read it to you. For those of my Capricorns who want to be sneaky, it's your business. This is not the time where I'm ridiculing you. I would never do, because I'm not perfect. Do you think I have a private life, but I'm not embarrassed to tell people that I do divination? You get what I'm saying? I know who I am. But for the most part, do you think everyone is accepting to tarot? No, they're not. And I'm not going out of my way to people please to get people to love me in regards to it. I am showing up for you, Capricorn. So when it comes to deceiving self, when it comes to being sneaky, when it comes to being an ego, right? When it comes to any kind of conflict, this is the outcome if you continue to people please. Okay. Which is not good. It says you're stirring up the pot and creating tension. So remember when I was telling you something about transparency too? In regards to, it's kind of like, it's giving me the energy of Capricorn. You may find yourself telling people like, you owe me. You owe me this because I did this. Don't forget I did this. You're not supposed to do that because you're going to be in this 5 of Swords. It says you're stirring up the pot and creating tension. You may think you've won, but all you've done is create a hostile environment and made an ass out of yourself. Focus on repairing the damage before it's too late, because your reputation is on the line. What's more important to you, being right or isolating yourself from everyone else? That was very straight to the point. Now, for those of you who are not going to do whatever it is that I channeled, this is the outcome, which is the 10 of Wands. It says you're almost there. You may have unconsciously or consciously taken on some extra responsibilities, but you that the blood, sweat, and tears you put in are about to pay off. But even when you reach the pinnacle of the goal you've set, so making yourself a priority is the best bet right now than putting yourself in a position like everybody owes you something. Okay. All right. And there's a Capricorn that I see where it's not that everyone owes you something. There's something dormant within yourself that you know is there, and you're taking it out on everyone else, which is not right. It's kind of like a evil way of going about certain things that you know better. All right, let's move forward. Let's go on to the second spread. And pertaining to my Capricorns that are in a relationship, what is the message, please? Let me shuffle for 3 more times. 1. Oh, I said I was going to do one more self spread. My bad. 2, 3. All right. What is the next message for Capricorn regarding self? Thank you. You have freedom through faith. Okay. A voice of heart, attention, and peace. All right. I'm talking to a Capricorn where it's kind of like you hate your life. You hate your life. And it doesn't matter how much you keep trying, it just feels like you hate your life. And as much as you have good intentions, the matter when it comes to the matters of the heart, it just feels like, I'm gonna be honest, it's like um I'm hearing that song, where you wanna be, that's where you wanna be. Don't laugh. I'm really channeling this. I don't know what song it is. The artist name is Case. That's not how the song goes. Is that's where you wanna be. I'm trying to get the melodic. I'm hearing it, but it's not coming out that way. So it's kind of like wherever you are, your position in life, that's not where you want to be. Uh, I don't see you having an issue with being in gratitude and just accepting life for what it is. You're mad at yourself for some reason. Clarify this: freedom of faith, trust. Oh, okay. Well, at least you're honest. The fact that you can't trust yourself because you don't make good decisions. So you're a rebel. For some of you are rebels. Some of you that's just what you do. You're a fuck up. I have to say it how I'm channeling it. And I'm not saying this in a mean way. Some of my Capricorns that I'm talking to right now, you always fuck up. You don't mean to. It just happens. It's not an intentional fuck up. It's just like, damn, I did it again. And you're not understanding why you keep fucking up. When your heart is, you don't mean to. It's kind of like, I didn't mean to. It's like if I ask you, Capricorn, why did you do that? You really don't know why. Okay. What is the outcome? Positive action. Just work on it and acknowledge it. Okay. Because regarding to self, so be more kinder to yourself, Capricorn. Okay. Don't make promises to yourself that you can't keep. All right. So you can rebuild that trust with your soul. Okay. Because it feels like your shadow and your light is at war. Have you ever watched a cartoon where the devil is on the left and the angel's on the right? And the devil tries to convince the person while the angel is like, no, don't listen to the devil. Well, look at it as your body is the flesh and the devil on the left is your shadow and the angel on your right is your light. And it just feels like your shadow and your light are going at it while your flesh is doing its own thing. So your shadow and your light is having this debate and this argument, and you're going through life feeding the flesh, but at the same time, your shadow and your light is having a whole argument about the next steps that you're supposed to be taking. So it's like the devil is telling your shadow self, yeah, Capricorn gonna listen to me, right? Which the devil is your energy, right? And then the angel is saying, no, Capricorn gonna listen to me, right? But you're listening to flesh, and neither one of them are winning. You're doing your own thing. So you're not even using your conscience. So your own soul is saying, I don't trust you, Capricorn, because you haven't, you're not one with self. It's like you're waking up, you're going on with life with no direction. Um, and you're being asked to be kinder to yourself. Um, tomorrow may not go as planned, but if you have this positive action where you're taking one step at a time, that's not do steps. Let's do task, one task at a time. Simple task that you know that you can get done. Don't try to do 3 tasks, just one. You got 7 days out of a week, one small task a day. Take Sunday off. So 6 tasks a day, small ones. And it could be the same one. Telling yourself you love yourself, telling yourself you're going to take positive action, just small little steps. Making a commitment every day and telling yourself, I will trust myself again. Okay? So some of you have trust issues, but you have a good heart with the voice of heart, attention, and peace. Okay? You're not following your heart, and you need to. Okay. Now, when it comes to this challenge of positive action, it says, I focus on the beauty in me and I find silence. I live and honor the present by doing what I can do now. What I can't change, I let go and entrust God. Okay. So this is more of a guidance. Go ahead and let go of what you can't change. I mean, let it go. All right. And don't try to go find it again. Just let it go. And I'm not talking about people, places, or things. Whatever it is that you're releasing mentally, let it go and don't try to find that thought again. Okay. So that you can maintain this so that you can establish this positive action. What is the outcome for Capricorn in regards to this spread in self? And for those of you who are mad at yourself and you have no intentions of being in that space of lovey-dovey with self, you know how it's kind of like it's beyond being hard on yourself, and it's kind of like you don't like yourself right now, so you don't even look at yourself in the mirror, and it's just you're really being hard on yourself to the extreme. This voice of heart says, I silence the fear in me and I discover the voice of my heart. The fruit of these words guide me. I trust the song of my soul. My intuition leads me on to the path of light. Okay. And then you find peace. And then you're able to put attention to your mind, body, and soul. Outcome, message for my Capricorn, please. Thank you. Oh, goodness. Okay. This is for those of you who are saying, you know what, SGL, I'll try another day, but not today. And this is for those who of you Capricorns who are willing to start putting in the positive action. Let's go ahead and do yours first. It's the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. And it says an upright Queen of Pentacles is precaution to avoid any misaligned investments. She seeks to teach you to be independent and wise. This card represents neutral comfort and stability. So what this is, when you start taking when you start completing those small tasks of positive action, just one small little task a day, right? You are creating that nurturing environment. You're going to create that comfort space again. You're going to create that stability again. So out with the old, creating that new foundation. All right. For those of you who are saying, you know what, now is not the time, you're going to keep experiencing the Tower. Okay. You're going to continuously be indecisive with the Hangman. And it's just going to feel like you know, is God punishing me? Does the universe not like me? Why? It's going to be a lot of whys when you already know, first of all, you got to rebuild a relationship with yourself. Even your shadow and your light is going at it. You're operating flesh and not the body. Okay. So a decision needs to be made, and the decision that needs to be made, which the outcome is good, right? Things will start to make sense when you start completing these small little tasks, with this positive action. All right, my love. All right, let's go ahead and see what messages come out for my Capricorns in the collective who are in a relationship. What message do you have for my Capricorns in the collective who are in a relationship? What messages do you have for my Capricorns in the collective who are in a relationship, please? I'm being guided to shuffle one more time. All right. For those of you who are in a relationship, goodness, here and now. So what's in between of the here and now? Here and now. I promise to love faithfully. But You're all I need. So, here and now, let's talk about the in-between. Okay. This goodness is my turning over a new leaf, right? And you know what's so crazy is Bible study, we talked about, well, I was in Bible study and I was receiving the messages when it came down to commitment in marriage. Okay. I'm not going to bring that in, but I wanted to share that with you because kind of what I learned tonight, I kind of want to interpret it the in between. In order to continue to turn over a new leaf in the relationship, both parties have to put in the work. Okay. When it comes to here, both parties must be present. When it comes to now, we haven't talked about the and. Okay. When it comes to now, it means remove all outside noise, remove all other people's opinions. It's between you and your person. The and represents you may put in the work, Capricorn, and your person may not. Who's the and? Or is it your person putting in the work and you're not putting in the work? At the end of the day, the connection must always turn over a new leaf. Every day is a new day. So what happened yesterday may not happen for the new day. So some of you Capricorns in your relationship, you're holding on to the good moments and it may not be good at this time because one of you are showing up in the relationship while the other one is stuck in the past. Instead of returning over that leaf and creating that new experience, that new memory again. What is at the bottom of the deck? Joy. Yeah. Joy comes in the morning, and it just feels like someone is holding on to the past when it can be restored and refreshed and renewed on an ongoing basis. So, Capricorn, sometimes you are going to have to be the bigger person in this connection when it comes to your relationship. Now, if you are not in a relationship, because this spread is specifically for those of my Capricorns who are in a relationship, all right? But I am being guided to tell you, if you are seeking a connection when it comes to your interpersonal skills, meaning your platonic relationships, there's a possibility that a platonic relationship brings you joy, but in between, it's more so, what do you want? Do you want to maintain this joy in this platonic relationship because it's all good? But if you were to take the connection in regards to a romantic connection, it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot of work. And to be honest with you, you're not even courting. So why, I don't know, if you're not getting married to someone, don't act like you're married already. Why? I don't want you to lose yourself in the process of a platonic relationship and acting like you're married already. You'll lose yourself. Now, if you're already married, it just feels like you feel convicted all the time in your relationship. All the time. One person is happy while the other person is pretending to be happy. And the reason why I say that is because with this joy, you see these crosses in the fire, okay? That's why I say that. And if both of you are happy, it's short-lived. It's not like for the whole day you're happy. It's kind of like 15, maybe 15 minutes, maybe an hour. and then it's back to the same old way. What is the advice? I channeled a lot of messages there, and I wish I would have stopped, but that's just how it was coming out. Justice. Okay. Some of you want to be heard in your relationship. And then you have the 9 of Swords. It is what it is. And then the 8 of Cups. Oh, goodness gracious. For those of you who are in a relationship and you act like you're married, this is not your person. Sorry to say, but those of you who are married, it's sad to say that you are going to be the one putting in all the work. If you're not the one putting in all the work, your person is. And if you're wondering if you're going to still be in a relationship with your person, if there's a possibility that your person settles, but then there could be a possibility that, they could say that there's mental abuse. And that could be an exit plan. You have the Knight of Pentacles here. All right. This is a message. All right. And it feels like your person is going to deliver the message on how they feel about the connection. All right. Are you guys, is it going to get better or is it going to get worse? Excuse me. Oh, let me read it to you. My bad. It says the upright position of this card indicates a need to be trustworthy and reliable. The daily grind of responsibilities may not be most exciting, but if you put your head down and put in the work, you will reap the rewards. Everybody will be happy. But I'm sorry, I only see one person doing the work here. Capricorn, place yourself where it fits. Are you the one doing the work, or is it your person? Moving forward. For those of my Capricorns who are dealing with an ex, what is the message? Let me fix that. For my Capricorns in the collective who are thinking about their ex, what is the spread? And then we will do a spread that says my Capricorns in the collective who are dealing with their ex. That's better. What message do you have for my Capricorns who are thinking about their ex? You have to be very specific. Very specific. All right. 1, 2, and one more. 3. All right. What is the message for my Capricorns in the collective that are thinking about their ex? All right, Capricorn, you have a lot to say to your ex, especially when it comes to how you feel with being true, being the situation. But it just feels like when it comes to me, Capricorn, and I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about you, Capricorn. It just feels like the conversation is one way. It's not a two-way conversation. And to have a conversation, you have to, what is that word? Oh, goodness gracious. It's not assertive. That's not it. Assertive is when you're firm in saying no. What is it called when you're listening to the other person? It'll come to me if I'm supposed to say it. But for the most part, Capricorn, it just feels when it comes to you thinking about your ex, you're just focusing on you're center focused on you, what you would say or how you feel. You're not taking yourself outside the box and putting yourself in your ex's shoes. Okay. So when it comes to being true, the situation, it just feels like you have a lot to say, right? If you were able to get that opportunity to have the conversation that's never been had, so say allegedly, being true, it just feels like there's a possibility for a new to happen. But the moment that the new can happen, you go right back to the old way of you, right? So the challenge is to have a successful connection or reestablish successful connection about the ex that you are thinking about. And this could be having that conversation, right? That you've been wanting to have. or, reconciliation, whether that is being platonic or romantic again. The challenge is being successful, and it will be successful. And the reason why I'm confident with saying this is because you have being true and success together. That's a nice combination with the situation and the outcome or challenge. But when it comes to what's significant about this spread, it's one-sided, bias. Okay. You already have this set. It's set. Okay. What's at the bottom of the deck? Affirmations. So if you want to, I'm not going to say however you want the outcome to be in regards to your ex, for those of you who are thinking about your ex, affirmation is speaking life into existence. So if you are wanting to be on good terms with your ex, you have to speak it into existence. You have to be the example. And being true is not the situation. It's just, how are you portraying being true? How is it being read when it comes to your actions, when it comes to your tone, your communication, your language? You get what I'm saying? I'm not telling you to be something that you're not, Capricorn. It just feels like, you have to remove the bias. And when it comes to conversation, it has to be a two-way conversation, not a one-way conversation. And I say this from a good place, Capricorn. What is the outcome for Capricorn in regards to my Capricorns who are thinking about their ex? So with this success, it says, I grow and thrive in the universe. I discover the purity of my heart and the higher wisdom that guides me towards victory. I direct my thoughts towards clarity, nurture wisdom, love, and goodness within me. I am free now, and I succeed in my life. Some of you just want your ex to feel some type of way, like you're doing better than them. Are you wanting them to know you're doing better than them? What is the outcome? The Four of Cups, regret, remorse, a missed opportunity. For some, being biased. You're not going to be successful if you're being biased. Yes, you come from a good place, but if you love someone, or if you care about someone, or if you accept that you would never be with someone again, it's just the convey. It's not believable. The bias, it's not fair. It's like, say you're granted this conversation, Capricorn. You can't be one-sided. You could say you're true all day. All right. And maybe, Capricorn, there's a possibility here with this disillusion with the Four of Cups that you may feel like only your ex is the only one who thinks negative of you while everyone else loves you. And if that's the case, you guys come from two different styles of living, because you know how they say a different cloth come from a different cloth? It could be that. And the reason why I say that is because if everyone else loves you, and if you feel convicted by your ex, this means you're groomed by everyone that loves you, and they're not going to tell you because they're biased with you, because that's just the way it is. But this Four of Cups, it says you're feeling stagnant and you're having a hard time focusing on the things that made you happy. So your ex is all you think about at this time. I see that your ex made you happy and fulfilled, and you're wanting that again. Be mindful of possible opportunities. You may be inclined to pass up on events, but may realize later that would have led to amazing things. All right. So we all make mistakes. You have to speak life back into existence. When it comes to success, you have to put in the work. Okay, that's fire energy. Um, when it comes to being true, um, when it comes to your emotions, I see that they're under control, but you have this water energy here, the Four of Cups. You're deceiving yourself like everything is okay. For some of my Capricorns, not all of you. But the outcome here is, if you don't get out of your way, you know, you're just going to continue to just think about your ex. There's no action. All right, Capricorn. I was not looking, so I don't know when it froze. So I just take it, I look at it as what was supposed to been said was said, and what wasn't supposed to been said, I can't even get it out. What's not supposed to be was will not show. Okay. For my Capricorns in the collective, uh, who are dealing with their ex, what is the message? Let me fix these cards. I don't know what happened. But for my Capricorns who are thinking about your ex, you are going to be all in your headspace and feeling some type of way until you uh, take action, I guess. But for the most part, you can't be biased. That was the main thing for those of you who are thinking about your ex. Now, for those of you who are dealing with your ex, what is the message? What is the I am message for my Capricorns in the collective who are dealing with their ex? Dealing. For some of you, what I'm getting here is you deal with your ex, but you don't deal with your ex. You get what I'm saying? It's more so, I don't want to say business. It's just, it's like, I don't want to say an arrangement either. What is that? Hold on. It's like, it's not girl vibes. It's just you deal with your ex because you have to deal with your ex. I don't know what that means. Whoever you are, you know what that means. Okay. Because you have to. That's where the how do I say this? Whoever you are who knows what I'm talking about, it's like no one else can have that position but your ex because you deal with your ex. That's only where the trust lies. Anything else outside of that, there's nothing between you and your ex besides you deal with your ex. As much as you want to replace your ex, you can't because you can only trust your ex. I don't know. Stay calm because you may be feeling on edge dealing with your ex. They're changing up, I guess. And you could be feeling like your ex throws you under the bus when you could have thrown them under the bus. I don't know. It just feels like some hot mess. Okay. Let me do another spread because every Capricorn's not dealing with that. Whoever you are, basically you dealing with your ex, they changed up on you. And the moment when you could have replaced them, whatever dealings this is, you could have replaced them, and now you're saying you should have, but you didn't. Okay. What is for my Capricorns who are dealing with their ex? Thank you. All right. You have me being true, self-love, and listen to life. All right. So you have these two placements that came in your other spread for those of you who are thinking about your ex. So feels like this energy is coming into those of you who are dealing with your ex. Okay, I see 2 channel messages. The message of this, me and being true, coming over into this new spread of those who are dealing, you're wanting to deal with your ex. But unfortunately, the situation is someone, whether this is you or your ex, they're focused on themselves. When it comes to the challenge or the outcome, you want to be back with your ex. If you're wondering if your ex wants to be with you, only time will tell. Now, the message for those of my Capricorns who are dealing with your ex, continue to be yourself and focus on self-love. And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, but don't force it. So it feels like you guys are friends, inner strength, but it's a love-hate situation. Like 1 minute you get along and the next minute you don't. But when you get along, it's good. But when you don't get along, it's like, why am I dealing with my ex again? It's that type of vibe. What's the outcome message? Goodness gracious. You feel like it's a waste of time. Some of my Capricorns, you dealing with your ex, what you don't understand is your ex doesn't like when you make them feel insecure. How do you make a person feel insecure? You keep telling them that they don't love themselves in some type of way. It doesn't have to be like that, but however, whatever you're doing or whatever you're saying, it's being conveyed that you're making it very clear that your ex. Why am I calling? What are y'all? You're like, I don't. Is y'all just casual or something? Some of you guys are casual. The Ace of Wands, yeah. Those of you who are casual, you guys recharge each other. But after you guys recharge each other, you guys go back to the same old way of being. But one only thing that I don't like here is that someone is making someone feel like they don't love themselves, right? And they do. So that's the only thing I don't like about this ex situation. For the most part, some of y'all is back together with your ex and y'all you guys haven't made it exclusive. You know what I mean? It just feels like if you guys say, yeah, we're back together, it feels like everything goes back, down the drain, and it's just like whatever. It says stop questioning yourself and jump right into the creative project you've been dreaming about. This card is your signal to act now. Even if you're feeling you're not ready, you need to take action. Opportunities are opening up for you in the near future. So don't let them slip you by. All right. So in pertaining to my Capricorns who are dealing with your ex, I'm just going to say this. One of you or both of you need to work on your insecurities, because when it comes down to being independent and handling your business, you guys are inseparable. And that's the problem. If you guys have makeup sex, you guys are inseparable. And you guys need to learn how to independently do what you need to do and come back together. Others of you, it's just, someone is clingy. And someone has to learn that they need to love themselves. There's the insecurity. With self-love and listen to life and inner strength. So someone's tired of the ordeal of being accused, basically. That's what that is. All right. Give me a love oracle overall message, please. Overall message for my Capricorns. Thank you. Romantic feelings and attraction. It says your feelings are real and worth exploring. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So what do you want to do? What do you want to do? I'm talking to those of you who are in a relationship, not in a relationship, want a relationship. What do you want to do? Instead of thinking about it, do it. That's the answer. Instead of thinking about it, do it. If you don't do it, you're going to be forced to express your love if you choose to. You're not required to. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So, if you're in a relationship, reconcile the situation. If you're wanting a relationship, get out there. If you are wanting to reconcile with your ex, do it instead of thinking about it. All right, I love you, Capricorn. Don't forget love is kind. Don't forget love is gentle. Those were your love messages. Until we meet again.